It's just that easy to record a video. Okay, so I'm making this video to save some time so I can just tell you the case that, criminal case that my wife was involved in, where a scam artist drained $7,000 from our bank, thus putting us in the red. All right, so as I understand the story, um, and if she's awake, I'll get her to come in and maybe add to this video. But someone convinced her online on the WhatsApp uh, app that he was someone connected to wealth. Either it was Elon Musk or someone. And I looked at her app, her chat apps, and there's a lot of Elon Musks there. But but this one individual account, I think, didn't even have Elon Musk as a username. And I don't want to jump around too much, so I'm going to try to tell this in chronological. I could tell it in chronological order based on how I learned about it, or I could tell it in chronological order as it happened to her and her involvement. So I think I'll tell it in chronological order according to my knowledge of her involvement. So it's the true chronological order. So what happened was, um, after she got to a point where she trusted someone or wanted to trust someone because of our desperate state. You know, I've been unemployed for a while now, but I'm trying to start up my own little business ventures, my own little company, consulting company. Um, so she was in a state of kind of desperation and weakness, I suppose. I don't know if it looks better without this on. Looks a little better, I guess. I don't know. So she received a FedEx that was a checkbook, and the account was from Chase Bank, and the account on the checkbook, it had her name on it and someone else's name. And she later called Chase Bank and they said that she's not even connected to that account and neither is that other name. But she was received that checkbook by Federal Express along with some instructions. And the instructions were go to the bank, withdraw, deposit this check for like 9,000, some, like I think $9,200, and withdraw $7,000. And I also found out that before all this happened, she got a check for $16,000 to deposit. And I believe that that $16,000 was a test to see if she'd actually go to the bank and try to deposit it. Because I think the bank account would get a notification that it bounced. So, and by the way, I need to include the account numbers on this as well. I'm trying not to jump around. So anyway, so she got the $7,000, and according to the instructions that she got, she was to go to the vape store. The vape store has like a Bitcoin machine where you can deposit the money into an account. So she went and did that. Now I found out about all this when I went to the bank because I couldn't find my ATM card and I was going to ask for a new ATM card, a debit card, and they said, "Oh, you're $7,000 negative." And so I called my wife, and she said that her wealthy friend Tanya in Florida had um, loaned her lend said had lent the money to her, which is a lie. She also said because she also lied to the bank. I found out because the secondary name on the checking account was a Greek name, and so she told the bank, "Oh, this is a wealthy relative because my grandfather was born in Greece." See, so then later I was on her cell phone chatting with some people on WhatsApp, the app, and one of the persons that was demanding, "Hey, have you made a deposit at Bitcoin?" Was a user, and the account had a phone number. The phone number is 44 7737 356 533, which is a phone number in the UK. Now, I've got the also I got the Bitcoin uh, account number, the wallet number for the Bitcoin. Now, we've also made a report at the FBI, and I have the FBI number too. So I have those three numbers. I have the police report number with Officer Moore at Lafayette County Police Office, and that report number is 1195. All right, so uh, I'll just read off the FBI number. It is 589 EF5F537E74B26Q7 OCA2. All right, so I'm going to have to put all this stuff in an email. Now, here's my idea. When I talk to you, and I'm addressing this to an investigator that I met at the DA's office, okay? So when I talk to you, you said, "Oh, the thing is about these things is that there's nothing you can do." So there's two possible uh, reasons for you saying that. One is to lower the bar of expectation. All right. The second is to just blow me off. Now, blowing me off is not acceptable because there's things we can do. If even if we have to be creative, we have to do a sting. Even if we have to do a sting operation, there's always something you can do. Giving up is not an option because they will do it to. They will victimize other people, and your job is to stop them. This is your job to stop them, and you have the power to stop them. There's international crime. There's international law enforcement agencies like Interpol. There's the British police. This is a UK phone number. They can be contacted, but to just sit around and just blow it off and collect your pay from the taxpayers, that's not acceptable. Okay. Now we can be creative. We can work with the FBI and do what's called the sting operation. There was a case where that I know of where a law enforcement office had a series of warrants that they had on their desk. And what they did was some kind of creative program where it was winnings, it was a cash winning thing. And they mailed out these notices to these people who had warrants for their arrest, telling them that they had won some sort of cash uh, prize of some sort. I don't know what it was, but it was done in a very clever and intellectual way that motivated these people to come to the county building to collect a prize, a cash prize, a cash settlement of some kind. And they arrested thousands of people. They just had the police waiting there and they just detained everyone that showed up, and it was easy. Some things are easy to do. You just have to be creative. They can be done. Something. Something like a, let's see, when people, a refund. So something like a UK refund program for various individuals. Now you can, I imagine you can look up someone based on a phone number. I think that can, I imagine if anyone, imagine it should be able to be done, and imagine the FBI would know how to do it. And it's your job as working for the DA's office to do this. Just start doing your job. Figure out who this person is, find a way to notify them, tell them they've got some kind of refund, and show up at some office in London and arrest him and detain him. I want this person to be prosecuted, and I want to acquire all of his property. I want to seize all of his property to get me out of the damage that he's done to me. All right. So this is, talking is a lot easier. Making, I think, a YouTube video, and a YouTube recording presents a lot of clarity because a lot of communication is more than just text. It is also visual and there's a tone of someone's voice, etc., etc. Even though my collar is all messed up, it's really bad. All right. So get at it. Get to it, Todd. Make it happen. Make things happen. Get results. There's an FBI. There's an FBI cyber report number. Don't you? I mean, you're the DA's office. Don't you have a special hotline to the FBI office? When I call there, they say if you are law enforcement, press something. When I call out there, so call the FBI office. We called the FBI office in Jackson. Push that number. You're law enforcement. Beep. Get to it. Get on it. Make it happen. Do your job. I'm involved in more than just this project, and I'm involved in a project with the DoD, and I'm dealing with people that work for Congressman Trent because Congressman Trent Locke is on all these defense committees, and I'm trying to get a project going, and it's frustrating because people working for the congressman are telling me, "Oh, you need to shore up your proposal with maybe some um, support from academia." All right, so that's a whole nother ball of wax because academia, the world of academia is a weird world, and they're a little clique. They don't like people from the outside, and they're not as smart as one might think they are. Well, I need to make another video about that. Saying that people in academia are intelligent are like saying athletes are in hospitals. But I digress. So get on it, Todd. There's all kinds of unfortunate um, play on words that come to mind involving your name, which I will not say. It's because that's inappropriate and it doesn't belong here. The meaning of life is to show people respect. So I respect that you're going to get to this and make it happen. I mean, don't don't think small. All right, that's one thing I have to say. Don't think small. Think big. Think we're going to work with the FBI. We're going to create a sting operation and we're going to throw out a dragnet and get this guy. Okay? Think big. Don't think small. If you look up on brainyquote.com, look up some quotes from Trump. He talks a lot about how he likes people who think big that don't think small.